Criminal Minds is a series which has very strong content and a lot of violent scenes, which also involve the characters in the first person. What risks are there in producing a series which has these characteristics?
We do work really hard and try very hard to. I don't like to see gratuitous violence.
Mm-hmm.
So quite often, although when you look back in an episode, you realise that actually you didn't see that much violence. It's in your mind. So you hear it through our team as they discuss it. So I think the suggestion of it is actually worse than seeing it. I think when you actually see gratuitous violence, you just kind of look away. You know, so we're very careful not to upset people, and so we stay away from seeing sort of bloody acts of violence, unnecessary. You know?
Okay. So, which ones do you think are the strengths of your program, apart from the excellent screenwriting?
Yes, I think the strength of our show is that we ask why, on this day, out of 300 million Americans, did somebody decide to kill them. So we concentrate and we discuss the psychology of characters, and I think that's what makes us so unique in the world of this so-called procedural drama. I think our show is more of a human puzzle, and we don't rely on CSI, we don't rely on the police, we only rely on victimology, you know, because once you investigate the victim will tell you who killed her or him.
Well, this is a longer question, but anyway, it seems as if the characters undergo some kind of evolution. Do you already know what the end will be like, and do you think you'll go on with the series till you have an audience, or do you already know when the series is going to finish?
No, I hope it goes on for another 10 years.
Oh, good.
As much as it's a difficult subject matter, I think that the characters evolve through all the cases, as they do in real life. And I think there's probably an endless amount of people and stories that we can use and make episodes out. So no, I'd love to see it go on for another 10 years.
I'm sure a lot of people would too.
I hope so, yeah.
No, I can assure you
Yeah.
that. Anyway, what was the level of influence that the series had to undergo when they decided to substitute with Gideon and all the stories that involve the characters in that way?
Well, that was a surprise to us. Mandy Patinkin really threw himself into the role, and he found the subject matter too much.
Oh.
And for us, it was just how we were going to deal with, just in the story world, how do we deal with this? And again, that's Ed Bonero refused to stop filming, and he said we must continue on. So it was one of the best pieces of producing I've ever seen. It was fabulous. And I think it was a tribute to how great the storytellers were, because it wasn't just Ed or myself. There were a number of us all sat down and figured out how to deal with it. What was interesting is there, after Mandy leaving, we actually went up in ratings, and I think primarily because I think people were passionate about the show. They didn't want to see the show go, and also they wanted to see how the family dealt with that loss, which is why I think we had a spike in audience afterwards.
A small technical question: why did you decide to quote so much from literature and philosophy in the series? Early on. We were going to do a quote after every act, which I thought just got a little too much. But people love the quotes. They love that, you know, and also all quotes. One of the producers said to me, "That's a great quote." I said, "Yeah, because Winston Churchill said it. That's why I chose it, because it's a great quote." So I think we use them, and it's amazing how many there are, and it's a great, source, I guess.
It's a great source, exactly.
And last but not least, do you prefer living in London or in the United States?
I love both. I love to be able to live and work in both.
Okay, and travel back and forth, I guess.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, well, that was the end of the
Great.
questions.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.